We coordinate and support, I would say, about 150,000 volunteers throughout Germany. The visibility, the awareness of our organization, together with the issue we stand for, is again the basis for being a successful fundraising organization or not. Or to give you a concrete example, in the last 4 years we have won the support of about 150 celebrities. From soccer, which is well known and well established in Germany, as you know. The latest VIP and celebrity, which we got 2 weeks ago, is Nico Rosberg, the Formula One racing pilot. Because we know that it's important, if we want to reach out to the families, to have celebrities who stand for the most important part of society, which is sport, which is music, which is entertaining, but it's also music, intellectuals, but to a less extent the literary people, the writers, and the academics. Well, I would say that about 40-45% of our annual income is coming from public sources, which is mainly government funding, both from the federal government, from the state governments in Germany, and also from city and communal resources. And about 55% is coming from private sources. Private sources include companies, associations, other foundations, and also private donations, increasingly more. For example, we also have at this nationwide Reading Aloud Day, which we normally celebrate in November every year. Last year we had more than 100,000 volunteers, a lot of politicians, a lot of celebrities, and many volunteers going out into kindergartens, primary schools, social centers, and family organizations to read out loud to kids. And this helped a lot for people to understand that reading aloud doesn't only mean to have time and energy to read out loud to kids, but also that it needs funding. It needs funding to provide books, it needs funding to train the volunteers, and this is a good cause for us to convince individuals to come forward with their private donations for reading and for literacy. Well, I think that 3 years ago we only had about 10,000 participants in the Bundesweite Vorlesetage National Reading Aloud Day. Last year, as I said, we had more than 100,000, so we tenfolded the reach out. And I think the perception amongst the broader public has increased, and also people understood that reading aloud is important. And for example, last year, Vodafone, the telecommunication company, they sent out an SMS, a text message, to about 3.5 million of their clients to participate in this national event. So, coming back to your earlier question, yes, partnerships of different partners and different organizations is extremely important, and I think it's our job to combine the interests of different organizations in order to promote our cause, which means to bring everybody to be able and willing to read a book, a newspaper, a magazine, or a digital format. I think that the most innovative is probably not only look into one group of donors or funders like companies or foundations, but also try to combine it with private individual fundraising. So to reach out to those 150,000 volunteers supporting us, and not asking them necessarily for money, but asking them for context and for support for us to find money. Share that vision for and of your organization with as many organizations and people being relevant in your own country as possible. And then drag them into a discussion with your own organization to find out like where are overlaps, where they have an interest not only supporting your work, but also why is it relevant for them and their own work, whether it's, again, a company or a foundation or whatever it is. And I think if you start a conversation and an exchange of ideas in this way, then fundraising is not the very next step, but it may be the third or fourth steps afterwards. But the basis for, I think, successful fundraising is building relationships.